I just finished filming part 2 of my Brooks Cascadia Elite review. Actually, that was only a couple of hours ago by now. Sat down to do some preliminary editing on that portion, but as I was getting into my final thoughts on the Cascadia Elite, I just had to remark that I was just feeling really good. I had a really fun run and felt nice and smooth and efficient in that shoe. Oh no, here it comes. I know some of you are about to cringe. So I got home and I was thinking, you know what? I do feel pretty good right now. I'm in the midst of training for this backyard ultra, trying to stack up as many 90 to 100 mile weeks in a row that I can, and talked about in that Brooks review, which by the way you will see tomorrow, going back in time there. Anyway, I talked about maybe not feeling so good with the daylight savings time change, legs feeling a little worn down earlier in the week, and again, feeling great today. When the legs feel good, you're trying to stack miles, just gotta get out there, gotta get them done, get them when the getting is good, I guess. So of course there's the all-important shoe choice factor for the second run. This is not a Prodigio Pro review, by the way. I've done many videos with this shoe by popular demand, but I actually have not run in this white model that I have in a larger size now. Again, I'll refer you back to my most recent Cascadia Elite video, which is primarily focused on across-the-board trail running super shoe sizing. Cliff Notes version here, all of the reviews and videos I've done so far with the Prodigio Pro have been in that black version, which is a US 10.5, EU 43.5. This white version I'm running in today is a half US size up at 11.0 US, and critically, a full EU size up at 44.5. I wanted to try out a larger size in this shoe to kind of take it out for more longer runs, easier training days, perhaps long distance racing if they do feel good, but I wasn't expecting the gap of a full EU size here. A commenter actually brought it to my attention that there's probably a little bit of misalignment there. The gap being one full EU size from a half US size between 10.5 and 11. Taking you along on a little short, scenic lower holes loop here. I actually tried them on before I realized that, and I was kind of like, well, they fit pretty good. I did kind of notice that, seems quite a bit bigger than the half size US would indicate, but nevertheless, foothold felt good, and I had the space in front of the toes that I was looking for. So that's kind of a roundabout way of explaining that this is my first run in this new sizing today in the Prodigio Pro, and that this run is kind of on a whim, and choosing the shoe is also kind of on a whim. Fit-wise, they feel absolutely great so far. Everything I was looking for. Total comfort in the toe box. Maybe not as dialed. Obviously, I'm a full EU size up, but in this sizing, this is what I wanted. Full comfort in the toe box, and critically, full foot security as well. Well, I shouldn't say full foot security. This is, of course, extremely mellow today. Second run again of the day, and really just trying to feel or confirm my thoughts on how the sizing is going to work here. I'm definitely not going to have the same level of foothold as I had in that black shoe. Of course, taking that one out at the Mammoth 23K. But wow, the comfort of this larger size is something else on the run today. Yes, it is a $225 shoe, at least in the US. I have heard that EU pricing is a lot more reasonable. I wonder why. But coming back to the daily trainer conversation, something I've talked about in recent reviews and videos, if you are in the EU and it is relatively cheaper, this is absolutely a no-brainer, even in the US, at $225. Again, thinking about or considering larger comfort sizing in terms of using it as an everyday shoe, $225 is a lot more palatable. gonna get a lot of miles out of this shoe, and you can pretty much run it and everything. Certainly well beyond what you're seeing right now. Loving the ride of the shoe, loving the feel of the shoe. Actually quite efficient today. Second run in the range of 15 miles so far today. All uphill on this portion so far, and I'm averaging out at 9:05. Of course, taking it easy, and of course, chatting along with you as I go. I'm on the kind of slight downhill grade here that this shoe absolutely just cruises on. A lot of the back half of that Mammoth 23K was slight downhill, and something about the drop here, smoothness of the midsole, just felt like butter going down like this. I suppose this is turning into a bit of a mini review, let's say. Yeah, I'm on some bit of chunky rocks over here. You're gonna feel some of this pushing up to your foot, of course. You will trade a bit of protection for maneuverability, agility, and critically, ground feel. Oh gosh, my poor, pristine white shoes here. Actually, I love it, in fact. Let's take a look at the sizing here. Again, EU 44.5. The black model I have is 43.5. Go back and check out that Cascadia titled video. I've got the full thumbs width up front for daily training, longer distances. I was a little bit snug up front in the 43.5, but I did still find it comfortable. Perhaps my ideal La Sportiva, at least in this model sizing, is an even EU 44, coincidentally the one size that I do not have here. Something I talked about is the big toe sweep up front. For those of you that are finding a little bit of tightness up front by the toes, the toe sweep is gonna kind of do that to you. There's a slight taper, but it's not a lot. Given my experience in this shoe and on this run, I would highly recommend, or at least preach, that there is a lot more sizing variability to go up in sizing in this shoe than you think. If you are in any way squeezed in this shoe on the outside, maybe on the big toe side, maybe in front of the toes, I would suggest you try sizing up. I do not have any other shoe in a US 11. This is the only one. I don't think I have another shoe in an EU 44.5, in fact. But you can see I'm not super squeezed here. The sides of the upper are not totally touching here, not coming together. I still have kind of space to squeeze it down. I don't have an overly wide foot here, and I feel great and secure. It honestly, it definitely feels more comfortable than my 43.5. Again, I think I should probably ideally have a 44 for just like all around running, but I love the feel of this one. I would be happy if I had to choose one shoe to run in for all of my runs. Like this would be the one. I know La Sportiva catches a little bit of grief about their sizing being so far off, probably relative to most of the other brands out there, but I will say quite a bit of variability here. That is key. 43.5, 44, 44.5, and they all fit just as secure. That's perhaps the main takeaway that you should have from, my recent talks about this shoe, probably even La Sportiva sizing as a whole. I wish I could have the Max at a little bit different sizing, although I didn't like the heaviness of that shoe. That shoe was a little bit different. But yeah, as far as La Sportiva, you have more room than you think to size up in this shoe. If you love the shoe, but some little aspect of the fit was small or just not working, really think about sizing up. I don't think you're gonna lose foothold at all. I mean, I certainly have more space side to side for my shoe to move around in this shoe. But again, that's something that I'm willing to work with for all around comfort on the lateral side, the medial side, the front of the toes. I'm willing to work with a little bit of that. Again, I could probably even cinch it down a little more if I wanted to. And again, probably should have a 44 ideally, but full thumbs width, perfect. There is still a good amount of cushion and protection underfoot with this shoe. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you will not be protected in rocky and technical terrain. It is a La Sportiva shoe after all. The questions and requests for comparisons are rolling in. Yes, I am aware of it. It's just a massively busy time of year as far as new releases for spring 2026 Speedgoat 7 is top of mind as far as a comparison. Also the Silent 2, Brooks Cascadia Elite, maybe even the N-Normal Caddy. I'm definitely trying to get a hold of that shoe, by the way. If you do want to hear my thoughts, drop a comment down below, maybe flood the comment section, in fact, and I'll pass that over to my friends at N-Normal. Try to put a little crowd pressure out there. Aside from that, let me know what you think of this little quick hitter right here. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the website, www.humblerunning.com. Check out my link to the feed in the description below. Save 10%. I will see you out on the trails next time, maybe for a big comparison video. Oh, wait, don't miss the Cascadia Elite review dropping tomorrow.